how do you know those people who are smarter minds?
When you see somebody outperforming you.
My brother, is it better to share your idea with friends or brothers who you think are smarter or older than you, rather than
Keeping it yourself?
keeping it yourself, or not seeing the idea alone and trying to execute it without the assistance or help?
So that it will appear like a surprise to the public.
Yes.
We should understand that nothing is entirely new under this earth. In this information age,
Yes.
in this age and time, nothing is entirely new.
Okay.
That's what I call the recycling of ideas, the rebirth of ideas.
Okay.
People are bringing up ideas that reigned in the 50s and 60s, and then giving them new meaning,
Okay.
new shape, new colors,
Okay.
and bringing them up. If you check now, the fashion that is reigning right now may not have been exactly entirely new one. It could be a fashion that our grandfathers,
Yeah.
they wore in the 50s and 70s, and now new generation that are giving new meaning to them.
Yes.
Even music.
Okay.
Music in Nigeria now is not entirely a new genre of music.
Yes, I
They are
understand.
trying to have maybe like a mixture of old and the new ones, a mixture of juju and folk, juju and rap and rest of them. So new and old, they are trying to have an intermixture of them.
Yes.
So nothing is entirely new.
Okay.
So for somebody to keep his idea to himself, thinking that maybe once he executes it, it will be an entirely new idea, the person may be making a mistake in this age and time.
Okay.
I think it's better to share your ideas with brighter minds who will help you and refurbish it, who will help you and give it more meaning,
Okay.
who will help you to remind you of what you are missing in your plans to execute the idea.
Yes.
So it is better. But what matters most is to share these ideas with smarter minds.
Smarter minds.
Yes.
Now, how do you know those people who are smarter minds? That's the first one. And
Okay.
secondly, how will you identify, or how will you know, or how will you be sure if such smart mind will not manipulate the process?
Okay,
Or
like
try
steal
to,
your
or try to
intellectual property.
discourage you or
Okay.
steal the intellectual property from you.
Yes. Before you share your idea with somebody, you cannot just pick a random person on the street and start telling the person that I want to build a factory where I'll be making safety pins. You go to people whom you have related with in the past,
Yes.
and you have seen the way they handled issues,
Yes.
or somebody who has outperformed you,
Okay.
and see that this person is a little way ahead of me.
Successful.
You don't need to start praising the person and say, "Oh boy, you too pass me, you too get no pass me." But sharing your idea with the person will ring a bell in the person's mind to know that you need an advice.
Okay.
You need somebody who will help you fine-tune the idea, make it brighter, and make it more executable.
Then what if that person sees you as a competitor
It's possible.
and tries to stop you premature?
It's possible. It's possible. But then, you know that somebody who has begotten an idea
Yes.
has the original blueprint of the idea.
Exactly.
Like Elon Musk now, he is doing everything to launch man on Mars. Not just to launch man on Mars, but to build an entire city on Mars.
Lifestyle of man.
Yes, where people can travel and take out time from this Earth, this planet Earth, and go to planet Mars.
Yes.
Many other people must have been studying him, trying to replicate what he's doing. But the original blueprint of that idea is with him.
Yes, Elon Musk doesn't need help.
Okay.
They say he can only work with his team,
Yes.
brainstorm, then come up with the best. But I'm talking about people who has ideas that are still in early stage,
Yes.
startup stage,
Yes.
incubation stage.
Yes.
You know, so is it good to share it out? You may end up sharing it out with people, or sharing it with people who will kill that idea,
It's possible.
or who may steal it or adulterate it and
Come out with
come out
better-
with a different or a better product or production.
It's possible. That's
You
what we're
understand?
living in. Not
So-
nobody can be trusted.
Do you know that those people you're talking about random people?
Yes.
But that person you trust, that person who is your own, can even be more dangerous than that random man.
Yes, it's
outside
true.
Because that
It's
random
true.
man doesn't see you as a competitor. He
Yes.
doesn't know you from anywhere.
It's true.
You know, he can be better to suggest options for you
Yes.
than that man from your house, your circle, your friends.
Yes.
You know, who
because,
may be
because
helping you so few.
betrayers come from friends.
They are the ones
From
from
relatives, the closest people.
the closest people to
Somebody who is a little far from you may not have time to betray you.
Yes.
Or may not even find it something reasonable to betray you.
Exactly.
But people who are closer can easily betray. That's
Exactly.
true.
Exactly.
That's what we're living in. But you know, if you factor it all these things into what you are planning, so that you will not be able to talk to anybody, you just go district and do everything to execute your idea. let it come like a surprise before the public, before even your closest friends. Sometimes some ideas are not meant to be kept with oneself.
Exactly.
Some ideas are meant to be shared, especially if you want to go into a different field that you have never been into. You have never had an experience on this field.
Yes.
And you know a friend who had done something like that before. It is more reasonable to go to that friend and explain your ideas to that friend and see if he can lend you better ideas on how to execute it.
Okay.
Like, it is very foolish for somebody to go into something that he doesn't know much about, thinking that it will just all come like a surprise.
Now, don't you think it's more advisable to go for professionals,
like consultants?
Consultants, instead of sharing it around with friends, because you may not trust them. You
Yes.
don't know who is who.
Yes, consultants are needed, but in an environment like ours, where we don't even remember to put those things into consideration, like in terms of what it will cost to hire a consultant to give professional advice on how to execute an idea.
Yeah.
We don't remember to bring them as part of our plan. Most times somebody can just start doing something.
No, for me,
going into something without proper consultation.
Yes, but for me, I think most people have been discouraged because of the costs of hiring such consultants.
The costs.
And that is where it's important to advise the consultants to work on their pricing.
Yes, because it's scary. In a place like Nigeria, somebody wants to go into a business and he has like 5 million naira, but he wants to meet a consultant who will now charge him 1 point something million. And he has 5 million to go into a business. How can somebody charge a person with 5 million naira 1 point something million?
Then how much is
more than 5% of his entire
capital? Yeah.
To get an idea. I know sometimes that is also need, because if you want to spend 5 million, it is very necessary that you can even spare 1 million to get a better idea on how to save the remaining 4 million.
Okay.
So it is wiser for somebody to spare 1 million out of 5 million and save the remaining, because I call it saving. Okay. You spend 1 million to get a better idea on how to make use of 4 million.
Okay.
It is wiser. But most times, people may not find it easier. You can, in other economies, like in the Western world, it is very easy for somebody to accept to spend 1 million out of 5 million to get an idea on how to execute something. But here in this part of the world, somebody will be calculating, do you know what is 1 million? And it's not like he has 100 million. You're talking about 1 million out of 5 million. That's over 5%.
For me, there should be a package for the startups. The business consultants should have a certain package for people who are still in the startup stage.
Yes.
At least to help them build the business.
The consultants scare business people, business startups.
Yes.
They scare young entrepreneurs from patronizing them.
Exactly.
That's why they sought the services of the unpaid services of their friends and families. And mind you, some businesses, you don't even need to have all the knowledge in the world to execute them. You will see some businesses that this person, a friend of yours, must have done this business in another location. You can get a quick advice from that friend to be able to do it in your own particular location.
That is if that man is a good person.
Yes. So what we are discussing is not about patronage of consultants. It's about hiding of information, hiding of ideas.
Yes.
Like, if somebody conceived an idea, whether it will be wiser or necessary to share it with people or hold it onto himself until he executes the idea.
Yes.
Because some people think that once they share an idea with another person, the person may steal their idea and then execute it in another way.
Which is very, very possible.
It's possible. It's common.
Yes.
Intellectual property theft is common in this part of the world. Even music song lyrics, somebody can steal beats. It's just common. Even contents, somebody can make a content now as the first person to make the content. Others will start making the same content exactly the same way that he made his own.
Which is very bad.
Yes.
For me, it is ideal to go for consultants to use or to get the services of consultants,
Yes.
professionals,
And
but
knowing that your information will be well
protected. But in a case, or because of the fact that the consultants are very, very expensive to hire today in this part of the world, I advise you either seek for or scout for a friend or
trusted friend,
a neighbor who is trusted that can help you out,
who has succeeded in executing such an idea,
yes,
or who has succeeded
in similar
in other
businesses.
Yes.
Then, otherwise, you keep it to yourself, my brother.
Okay.
You keep it to yourself and try to do your best.
But sometimes somebody may be making a mistake and you won't know. Someone may be doing something that the idea is viable, is good, is sellable, is marketable, it moves, but you are doing it the wrong way. But when you share it with another person, because of lack of information, when you share it with another person, the person will help you fine-tune the idea, help you to give you hints or secrets on how to execute such an idea and make it sell better than you have ever imagined.
Exactly. It is true that a problem shared,
problem solved.
Yes. So, but my brother, in the other way around, we should consider the security of such
ideas.
Tell us your opinion in the comment section.
Yes.
Let's discuss. We are friends and we need to learn.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.